This next science standard is about heredity, inheritance, and variation of traits. The standard is MS-LS 3-2, and it is to develop and use a model to describe why asexual reproduction results in offspring with identical genetic information and sexual reproduction results in offspring with genetic variation. We are going to be modeling this through the flip of a coin, since flipping coins are random, but the coins that I have are labeled with a capital T and a lowercase t, so one side capital and the other side lowercase. The process is that students are going to flip these coins, 2 coins, at the same time about 50 times, and they're going to label what they get. So the 3 combinations that they can get is 2 uppercase letters, an uppercase T and a lowercase t, and 2 lowercase t's, which represent the traits they get from their parents. So they're either going to have homogeneous dominant trait, heterozygous dominant trait, or a hybrid trait, which is a uppercase T and a lowercase t. So after the students complete flipping the coins 50 times, they'll make tally marks on a scratch sheet of paper recording the amount of times they get each of these combinations. Then they'll get into groups or partners and discuss in their group why they got random numbers. They're not all going to be the same. And then as a class, we would come back together and talk about how this represents traits and your genetic makeup that you get from your parents, and how offspring can be identical or it can be varied and very random. While I was teaching the lesson, I would go around, ask students what they're observing, ask if they have any questions, and what they are recording. Here's the scratch sheet of paper I would have students use. They would make tally marks in each of these columns for whatever combination they get, however many times out of the 50 times they flip the coins. And then down here is one way we can expand on this lesson. So you can flip a coin and also see what combinations you get for hair color and eye color, or any other genes and traits passed on by parents. And then you can find out at the end if the person is more likely to have blonde hair, brown hair, blue eyes, brown eyes. There are 2 relevant science concepts for this specific standard, and it is growth and development of organisms. So knowing that organisms reproduce and they do transfer genetic information to their offspring is the main focus of this lesson, and variation of traits. So each parent contributes half of the genes acquired at random, and those genes go to that offspring.